We are now here in our 20th country, which is India. We are so excited to be here. We've been planning for this country for such a long time. And our very first stop this morning is at Safdarjung's tomb, which is right here behind me. It was a tomb built in the late Mughal Empire, and there's just a giant, beautiful garden surrounding it.
The craziest part is that we are the only people here. It's wild after coming from Japan, where everywhere we went, we were standing in hour-long lines. It makes it so peaceful and beautiful here with the peacocks in the garden and watching the sunrise on the tomb. It's really beautiful.
The emptiness is definitely not what I was expecting. I totally thought we'd be fighting crowds all day long. I'm sure later in the day we'll get to that part of India, but right now we're just going to enjoy this beautiful morning here. How is it being the only person up there?
It's so crazy. How is there no one else here? I absolutely love the architecture here in India. It's so ornate, so beautiful, simple, yet so amazing to look at. I absolutely love it here. I think it is so beautiful.
It's crazy to think that this entire tomb complex was built for one person, and it wasn't even someone that was like part of the Mughal dynasty. He was essentially just like a ruler of a smaller region. It was built in 1754, so it was towards the end of their empire. It was built completely of sandstone and marble, and it is very similar to the way the Taj Mahal was built, a very similar style. I do think once we get to the Taj Mahal though, there's going to be quite a few more people in their work here this morning.
If you like birds, this is like the perfect bird watching spot. We've seen so many parrots, which is really cool, and a lot of peacocks too, so it's nice and quiet and peaceful besides all the birds here.
There are a lot of guards on at the front gate right now, so I think we're gonna put the microphone and camera away because they can get a little weird about it, so we're gonna put it away and head over to our next stop. I don't know if Safardang's tomb is just like a meeting point for all the cops or what it was, but as we were walking out, we probably passed through a crowd of about 30 different cops or military people, all of them with guns and ARs and AKs, so not quite sure what that was about, but we made it through and are on to our next stop. So we are now over at the Lodi Garden, which is not too far away from Safdarjung's tomb, and honestly these two garden areas was like a great way to kind of start our morning and just like dip our toes into India. It's been very peaceful, very calm. Like I said, I'm very sure once we head up to the Red Fort later this afternoon, I think we're going to be wishing we were back in these calm gardens because it is going to be just absolutely crazy over there.
I think we are one of the few people here that don't have a dog. Everyone's walking their dog, playing soccer, playing cricket. It's really cool to see just local life starting this morning on a Friday. But next we're gonna go find some breakfast to start off our day because we are both starving.
We have made it to the Anna Durga street stall. There's a lot of people here, so it must be very good. That's always a good sign when it's just a crowd of people waiting to grab food. Somehow we got some food. Time to see how much it costs. I basically just handed him $5 and got money back. Okay, it looks like I basically got $3 back, which means all this was only $2. That is incredibly cheap. Holy smokes. This is 2 giant meals for like $1 per person. That's crazy, I love it. All right, so we ordered 2 different things, and the first thing that we got, well, we didn't really order it. We were just handed food, kind of pointed and got handed food. Anyways, the first thing that we got is called a dosa. I don't know, it's kind of like a crepe. It's made out of fermented lentils and rice, and then they just like pour that onto the skillet, and then on top of that, there was like all kinds of like fresh onions thrown in. It looked like there was some curry thrown in. And then we were also given 2 different sauces. One looks a little bit more milky, and then one looks more like a curry sauce. Just gonna dip in a little bit of the fried bread into the sauce first. Wow. Definitely some green, like chili curry sauce. The first bite was absolutely delicious. I really don't know how to pick this up and eat it because like as soon as I pick it up, it's falling apart. I think I'm just gonna keep tearing apart the bread down on the end.
So what I ordered is basically deep fat fried rice donuts, which looks so yummy and savory. And then I also have the same white sauce that Jordan has. And then I also have a curry to dip it in. So this looks so delicious. I'm beyond excited to try Indian food in India. We're gonna eat so much. Knock on wood we don't get sick because we want to just try like all the street foods because we're so excited. But this just tastes like a savory, crispy donut. Almost like something you'd get out of State Fair. Time for the sauce. Kind of tastes like tzatziki, but also that's not a great description. Time for the curry. I was never a spicy person before travel. I'm really trying to push myself outside my comfort zone and eat spicier and spicier food. Tastes like a yummy lentil bean type of curry. It's pretty watery and it's not that spicy actually. Maybe because it's breakfast. We're starting chill, building up the heat throughout the day. Yummy breakfast, I'm here for it. The line is so long. This is definitely a local favorite. So I'm glad that we're eating with the locals this morning to start out our first day here in India. This is the first time we've gotten street food and they've given it to us in dishes. So we're gonna go return our dishes now.
Okay, thank you.
And then we're gonna head over to the Red Fort for our next stop.
All right, we have made it here to the Red Fort. There was a really long line, so we thought we were gonna have to stand in line waiting for a while. However, that was just for Indian tourists and we're foreign tourists and there was no one in line for that. So we bypassed the entire line. We were going to get tickets with like a museum pass. However, the guy at the ticket counter said it's boring and you shouldn't waste your money on it. And so we decided not to. So we're gonna go start checking it out now. We were a little bit worried that we got scammed because there was another ticket booth and we're like, wait, is this where you buy it? But we did get the right one. All right, so we are now at the Red Fort, which is a beautiful fort made out of a lot of red sandstone and marble. So the Red Fort was originally built as they were moving the capital of India from Agra up here to Delhi. So that's kind of like why this entire fort was built. It was also built by the same person who built the Taj Mahal that is still down in Agra. And the Red Fort here in Delhi is the most popular thing to go check out. It is the largest monument here in New Delhi. So that's why a lot of people end up coming.
The architecture is absolutely beautiful. However, we can hardly take 2 steps without someone stopping and asking us to take a picture, but that's just classic India for you. You just gotta embrace it and take the opportunity to interact with the locals.
We are now heading out of the Red Fort and it is crazy how much busier it is here right now. As we were like walking in, all the markets were just kind of first getting set up. There's very few people in this hallway, but now all the markets are running. This hallway is very full and there's a lot of people around.
Next, we're gonna head over to the old market, but first go see a mosque along the way. Anyway, our goal is to just cross with the locals as our strategy and say a prayer before we cross the street. Because if you waited for a clearing, it just wouldn't happen for you.
Oh, thank you.
Only give you cheap price, no problem. No more expenses, only cheap. To get a better rickshaw. Better rickshaw, sir. Impossible. Where are you going to know? Listen, where are you going to know? Any plan?
Oh, thank you.
Where are you going now?
Like I said, sometimes I wonder if it's better if we just get one. Just to, not payment to get around, but payment to be left alone.
Rickshaw better, ma'am. Possible rickshaw, very big pocket, many pocket, be careful. This is already very crowded. Very crowded.
Sometimes they just won't take no for an answer, but if you stand your ground, they will eventually leave you alone. You have to admire their persistence, however.
So right now we are making our way towards the old spice market here in Old Delhi, and the crazy factor has definitely been turned from like a 2 all the way up to a solid 12, if not, you know, even higher on a 10. It is absolutely crazy down here right now. It's kind of fun though, like this is kind of like how I always envision India, so it's really fun just to kind of be here experiencing it. There has been a rickshaw driver though following us around for like the last 12 minutes. I could do without that, but hey, we're getting through this.
We finally made it down this super busy street. The spice market is just right over there. We are so excited to go check it out, see all the different spices as well as smell them. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
So we're actually not inside yet. And we can already like sense and smell all the spices, really making me cough and sneeze a lot already. We've also seen a lot of both tourists and locals coming out coughing and like the things over their face because of all the different spices in the air.
So we currently are getting a rickshaw ride because we cannot handle the chaos of walking any longer and we're really tired. If you want a deep dive into the culture in India day one, go to the spice market. If you want to keep your sanity, don't.
And also just kind of walk around for about an hour because that's how you really are right on the street seeing and smelling everything.
We hope you enjoyed our first impressions of India. Obviously, our time is just getting started. Next, we're going to be doing a street food tour. We love food. We especially love Indian food. So we hope we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe. It would mean the world to us. And we hope to see you in the next one.
What have we done?
Wow. Craziest location. Yes. This
True.
takes the cake.
That is true.